And now your First Warn 5 forecast, certified most accurate by WeatherRate.
All right, good Wednesday evening, everyone. Showers and thunderstorms winding down for the night. So now there's just one thing we need to be keeping an eye on the skies for. Tomorrow morning's sunrise solar eclipse. Now we'll hit the forecast in just a moment. First, though, let's talk a little bit about eclipses and why this one's a little more unique. And when you think of a solar eclipse, the image that probably comes to your mind is that of a total solar eclipse. That occurs when the moon, during its orbit around Earth, cuts in front of the sun and is at just the right distance away from Earth that it completely blocks out the sun. The only thing visible at that point is the sun's corona, which is its outer atmosphere, leads to this aura-like appearance around the silhouette of the moon. And daytime skies during a total solar eclipse also briefly darken, and you'll even see twilight low on the horizon in all directions. It's an eerie but spectacular sight, but also spectacular, the kind of eclipse that'll be happening tomorrow morning, and that is an annular solar eclipse. Annular meaning ring-shaped. And it's the same basic process here where the moon again cuts in front of the sun, but this time around the moon is a little farther away from Earth, so it can't block the sun out completely. Instead, it leaves this bright ring of sunlight around the moon's silhouette, lending itself the nickname a ring of fire eclipse. Spectacular, but unfortunately, we're not going to see this portion of the eclipse tomorrow morning because it will be happening before the sun rises. Our sunrise eclipse will be more akin to this, a crescent sunrise, because the moon will still be eclipsing a significant portion of the sun. In fact, as it rises, the moon will still be covering around 60 to 75% of the sun as it comes up above the horizon. And of course, since it's sunrise, you got to be up early for it. Sunrise is at 5:54 tomorrow morning, and we also have a narrow window of time to work with here. Only about 45 minutes because the eclipse ends at 6:39 a.m. What you're going to want to do is get to a location that has a clear view of the eastern horizon. Elevated spots are better since they'll get you above tree lines or buildings, or if you can get to the waterfront, that'll be a great shot there. Break your cameras out because the sight will be spectacular. And of course, the million-dollar question, is the weather going to cooperate? I can happily say yes. Good to fair viewing conditions expected all across mid-Michigan tomorrow morning as the sun is coming on up. We'll see a little bit less of an eclipse factor, closer to 60 to 65% in many of our inland locations, with an increasing amount of eclipse as you get closer to the Lake Huron shoreline. But barring any potential areas of patchy fog that could develop into tomorrow morning, if you're willing to get up, I don't expect that you're going to be disappointed. Moving on to tonight's weather. First Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar here live from MBS. That's looking good. All the showers and storms are over and done with at this point, leaving us with those partly cloudy to mostly clear skies that will play well into tomorrow morning's solar eclipse. On the First Warn 5 sky tracker, we do still have a stalled frontal boundary parked on overhead, but thankfully it's so short on instability that we don't worry about it scaring up any showers or storms during the overnight period. It will tend to bump back to the north as we head into the next couple of days, allowing this area of low pressure that has again meandered a bit farther to the south of us to filter back on in. So we're not going to completely shake still this daily chance for hit or miss showers and thunderstorms. But as far as overall coverage, I expect tomorrow afternoon is really going to be the most isolated of the days that we've seen this week. Hour-by-hour forecast in the meantime, heading from midnight into the 6 o'clock hour tomorrow morning when that sun is coming on up. Here's why we expect the weather to cooperate. Can't account for the exact positions of these scattered clouds, but overwhelming cooperation from the weather, barring again any of that patchy fog. The good news, though, is that we'll keep that sunshine going when it fully emerges from behind the moon as we head toward mid-morning tomorrow around 9 a.m., staying into the midday period as well. But then again, just like the last few days, tomorrow afternoon and evening, we will have to watch out for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms, but still with that northeasterly breeze in play. Areas closer to Lake Huron, you'll have a more stable air mass, so less likely that you'll see the storms. This time around, it looks like more of the focus is going to be along US 127, anywhere from Mount Pleasant to Clare, and even on in toward Houghton Lake. But theoretically possible that we could see them elsewhere before, again, we see them fizzle out with the loss of daytime heating tomorrow night. So those earlier showers and thunderstorms for tonight, clearing on out at this point. Partly cloudy skies and a low temp around 63 degrees, setting the skies nicely for that morning sunrise solar eclipse tomorrow. And then we keep pretty much the same story going in our First Warn 5 7-day forecast. 87 the high for tomorrow, partly cloudy with that chance of an isolated afternoon storm. Better chances for storms Friday into Saturday, highs in the middle to upper 80s. Still chances over the weekend, but less so as we head into Sunday and then on into Monday. And then if you want a little bit of a cool down, David, but not too dramatic of one, you'll get it middle of next week. Highs in the 70s under mostly sunny skies.